Carbohydrates are considered as an essential macromolecule which is broken down in the body and used to provide energy. Carbohydrates consist of three main groups of monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides.
The two main forms of carbohydrates are sugars and starches. The efficiency of these activities is dependent on the body's metabolism rate. Carbohydrates are hydrophilic, which requires certain reactions to break them down into monosaccharides.
Digestion is the process of breaking down food mechanically into smaller pieces and move to the gastrointestinal system for chemical processes. The process begins from the mouth to the stomach and through the small intestine.
As these starches and sugars are consumed, the salivary gland releases salivary amylase to soften the food. When the softened food reaches the stomach, gastric acids are released to eliminate bacteria and stop the function of the salivary amylase. The mixture of softened food and gastric juices is called the chyme. As it reaches the small intestine, the pancreas releases pancreatic amylase to break down the chyme to monosaccharides of glucose, galactose, and fructose, then absorption occurs.
Once the carbohydrates are broken down into monosaccharides, they move to the small intestine for absorption. Absorption takes place in the upper and lower small intestine, which contains the villi. Villi are small finger-like structures that absorb the nutrients. Also, it increases the surface area for faster absorption with the help of maltose and protease.
The absorption of nutrients always occurs in small intestine through SGLT1 or sodium glucose cotransporter. The most common example of absorption is fructose via GLUT5 transporter using SGLT1. Once all the nutrients absorbed, they can be distributed and absorbed in every part of the body, and the transport takes place.
Transporter is responsible for carrying glucose and galactose into the cells of the intestinal lining, known as enterocytes. This transport system requires the presence of both sodium and glucose or galactose and will remain active without the two. SGLT2 allows for the transportation of glucose into the cell using the energy produced by sodium ions trying to expel back into the cell. Once glucose enters the bloodstream, glucose transporters, referred to as GLUT2s, carries glucose across the cell membrane and into the bloodstream with the help of insulin released by the pancreas. Once in the bloodstream, glucose is converted to pyruvate via glycolysis and proceeds to the Krebs cycle to produce ATP, a useful energy source for the body. Any unused glucose is converted to glycogen, which is then stored in fat tissue and used when blood sugar.
Overall, the human body is a complex system regarding the transportation of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are essential as they provide the main source of energy. Stage 1 metabolism for carbohydrates undergoes three processes in order to break down and utilize these macromolecules: digestion, absorption, and transportation. Digestion is the first process and is responsible for breaking down carbohydrates into smaller components. Absorption is the second process. This is when chyme from the stomach travels to the small intestine. The pancreas releases juices to break down dextrins and monosaccharides. Transportation is the last process. This is to transport glucose and galactose to cells located in the small intestine lining.